Greetings children. Now in this lecture we will study about the rectangular hyperbola. You know already children about the hyperbola and you also know about the asymptotes. If the angle between the asymptotes is 90 degree, then we can say the hyperbola is rectangular hyperbola. You know the angle between the asymptotes. Suppose equation of hyperbola is x square upon a square minus y square upon b square is equal to 1. Children, you already know about the asymptotes and their equation also. So one equation like this one, another equation is this type. So you know this is the theta, and angle between the two asymptotes is 2 theta. So this angle we have to find out 2 theta. You know equation of asymptotes, I told you y is equal to b upon ax and y is equal to minus b upon ax. So what is the slope of this line? That is known as tan theta is b upon a. So theta will be tan inverse b upon a. So what is the angle between the two asymptotes is 2 times tan inverse b upon a. If this angle will be the 90 degree, then this hyperbola is known as rectangular hyperbola. So if this angle is 90 degree, say pi by 2, then tan inverse b upon a becomes pi by 4. What is the value of b upon a? 10 pi by 4. You know the value of 10 pi by 4. So you will get b is equal to a. This is the condition that this hyperbola will be a rectangular hyperbola. So b will be equal to a. If you replace b by a, you will get x square minus y square is equal to a square. This is the equation of rectangular hyperbola. So second definition we can say equation of rectangular hyperbola when their transverse and conjugate axes are equal. That is known as rectangular or equilateral hyperbola. So what is the second definition of this? When the transverse and conjugate axes are equal, then the hyperbola is known as equilateral or rectangular hyperbola. So if the b is equal to a, then equation of rectangular hyperbola or equilateral hyperbola is x square minus y square is equal to a square. So this is the rectangular or you can say equilateral hyperbola. Rectangular or equilateral hyperbola. One more thing, if a is equal to b, then what is the value of eccentricity of this hyperbola? You know the formula of eccentricity of the hyperbola, 1 plus b square upon a square. If a is equal to b, so its value becomes square root of 2. So eccentricity of the rectangular hyperbola is fixed root 2. Clear? So always be root 2 is the eccentricity of the rectangular hyperbola. If we rotate the asymptotes through an angle, okay, so that this through an angle theta, so that this asymptote coincide with the x-axis and this asymptotes coincide with y-axis, then this hyperbola will rotate and we will find the equation of hyperbola when we rotate the asymptotes or you can say axis through an angle. Then what is the equation of the new position of the hyperbola? Now children, rectangular hyperbola, you know the equation of rectangular hyperbola, x square minus y square is equal to a square. Okay, the equation of the rectangular hyperbola is this. Its shape will be this one. See this one. This is the equation of rectangular hyperbola. X square minus y square is equal to a square. And this is the asymptotes of this rectangular hyperbola. And you know that total angle is 90 degree. This and this will be 45 degree. And angle between them is also 90 degree. This point, vertices, these two. Now when we rotate this through an angle 45 degree, so it will be rotate this one also, keeping the origin fixed, and we are rotating this through an angle 45 degree. This is the new vertices of this rectangular hyperbola, this one. We have to find out the equation of this rectangular hyperbola. We are rotating through an angle 45 degree. Now you know the children, this and this, these are the vertices. Its length will be 2a. If this is the origin O, this is the A. So OA, this length you know A. So this length is also A. If you draw the perpendicular from here, so this length and this length you can find, say OM and MA. OA length is A. So OM length you will get A times cos 45 degree, that is A upon root 2, and AM, this length is A sin 45 degree, so its length becomes A upon root 2. So coordinate of this point A, now I am not taking this one as A. So coordinates of the point A is A upon root 2 comma A upon root 2. Children, you can see here. Now asymptote, this was also rotate and coincide with the y-axis, and this asymptote is also rotate and coincide with the x-axis. So now equation of asymptotes. What is the equation of asymptotes? X is equal to 0 and y is equal to 0, so their combined equation is xy equal to 0. This is the combined equation of asymptotes. Now you already know, if equation of asymptotes you know, what is the difference between the equation of hyperbola and equation of asymptotes? So equation of hyperbola I can say xy is equal to k. There is a difference of only constant quantity. Constant I have taken as a k. Now this is the equation of hyperbola, and this hyperbola passes through the point A, and coordinates of the point A will be this one. Put the value of A here, so you will get the value of k. So x is A upon root 2, y is A upon root 2. So what is the value of k? A square upon 2. So what is the equation of hyperbola? xy is equal to A square upon 2. Now I am replacing A square by 2, another constant says c square. So xy is equal to c square. C square I have taken as A square upon 2. So this is known as the equation of the new position rectangular hyperbola. So xy is equal to c square. This will be the equation of rectangular hyperbola. In this case, rectangular hyperbola lies in first and third quadrant. Also we can find xy is equal to minus c square. That is also the equation of rectangular hyperbola, and this rectangular hyperbola lies in second and fourth quadrant. So xy is equal to c square, इसका शेप आपको इस टाइप का मिलेगा. This is the rectangular hyperbola of xy is equal to c square, and xy is equal to minus c square. इसका शेप आपको इस टाइप से मिलेगा. This will lie in the second and fourth quadrant, and xy is equal to c square lies in the first and third quadrant. These are the standard form of the xy is equal to c square rectangular hyperbola, and asymptotes now here axis, coordinate axis. Now we can find in this equation the vertices, directrix, foci. So these values is given their modules. So you can see your module and you can find the equation of directrix, focus, vertices, okay, in the position of xy is equal to c squared. I am taking now the examples based on this rectangular hyperbola. Some properties of the rectangular hyperbola you have to remember it. Now equation of the rectangular hyperbola I have taken now xy is equal to c square. You know its eccentricity always remains fixed root 2. Now point we are taking on this hyperbola, x is equal to c into t and y is equal to c upon t. If you multiply, will satisfy this equation. This equation is known as parametric equation of the rectangular hyperbola, and this coordinate ct comma c upon t is known as parametric coordinates of the rectangular hyperbola. So if you choose any point on the rectangular hyperbola, always take in this form. Okay. Now equation of chord, if 2 points you have taken on the rectangular hyperbola P and Q. P coordinates are T1. T1 means C T1 comma C upon T1. Q T2. T2 means C T2 comma C upon T2. So equation of the chord PQ you have to find out. So now children, you can find first of all slope. So what is the slope? y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. So what is the value of y2 and y1? C upon T2 minus C upon T1 divided by C T2 minus C T1. Simplify this. C you can take common and cancel it. Here we will take LCM. So T1 minus T2 upon T1 T2 divided by T2 minus T1. This will be cancelled. So what is the slope? Minus 1 upon T1 T2. So directly you have to remember slope of a chord of the rectangular hyperbola is minus 1 upon T1 T2. T1 is the coordinates of the point P and T2 is the coordinates of the point Q. So minus 1 upon T1 T2 is the slope of the chord. What is the equation of chord? Equation of chord you will get when you apply here point slope form. Y minus y1 is equal to slope into x minus x1. Simplify this, you will get the equation of the chord. Simplify this. T1y minus c is equal to minus 1 upon T2 into x minus c T1. We have taken T1 LCM, cancel this. Now multiply T2 also. So T1 T2y minus c times T2 minus x plus c times T1. Transfer all the quantity to the left hand side. X plus T1 T2 into y. So minus c will take common. T2 plus T1 equal to 0. That is a equation of the chord when 2 points P and Q parametric form are given. Now children, you can find the equation of tangent and normal also. So I will tell you the equation of tangent and normal in parametric form and in point form in the rectangular hyperbola. Equation of hyperbola is given here. Xy is equal to c square. You can say rectangular hyperbola. So now if you differentiate with respect to x, you will get y plus x times dy by dx is equal to 0. So what is the value of dy by dx you will get from here? Minus y upon x. So slope of tangent, if you are taking in the point form, say point is x1 y1, then slope of tangent is minus y1 upon x1. So equation of tangent you will get in point form. You will get y minus y1, slope of tangent minus y1 upon x1 into x minus x1. Simplify this. x1y minus y1 x1 minus xy1 plus x1 y1. See children, here transfer this quantity this side. xy1 plus this term as it is x1 y, इसको इधर ट्रांसफर कर दीजिए 2 times x1 y1 और x1 y1 you can replace by c square also. So equation of tangent is xy1 plus yx1 is equal to 2c square. That is known as equation of tangent in point form. Now we can find equation of normal also. In case of normal, slope will be changed. So what is the slope? If you are finding the equation of normal, so slope will be x1 upon y1. So I will replace this by x1 upon y1. That is the slope of normal. Simplify this, you will get y1 minus y1 square is equal to x1 minus x1 square. So x1 minus y1 is equal to x1 square minus y1 square. That is known as the equation of normal in point form. So now children, you know the two equations. One is the equation of tangent in point form and equation of normal in point form. Now same equations we are finding now parametric form. Parametric coordinates you know. In place of x put ct and in place of y put c upon t. Then you will get equation in parametric form. So now equation in parametric form. In place of, so equation of parametric form you will get y1 it becomes c upon t plus x1 becomes ct is equal to 2c square. Simplify this, you will get x plus y t square is equal to c, you can take in common, cancel, 2ct. This is the equation in parametric form, equation of tangent. Now equation of normal in parametric form, put x1 is equal to ct and y1 is equal to c upon t, x1 is equal to c square t square minus c square upon t square. Simplify further this, so multiply the whole equation by t square. So xc t cube minus yct is equal to c square t की power 4 minus c square. Now divide by c also. So t cube x minus t times y is equal to c common t raised to power 4 minus 1. That is the equation of normal in parametric form. So these two equations also you have to remember. We will use directly these equations in the questions. See the children, in this example what is given here. If the normal at the point t1 to the rectangular hyperbola xy is equal to c square meets it again at the point t2, then which condition will satisfy between the t1 and t2? First of all, you have to take the point on the rectangular hyperbola xy is equal to c square. So what is the coordinates of the point in parametric form? You know, c t1 c upon t1 because t1 is given here. Now equation of normal at the point t, so x t1 cube minus y t1 minus c t1 raised to power 4 plus c equal to 0. That is a equation of the normal at the point this. Now children, see here, this equation meets the rectangular hyperbola again at the point t2. It means another point, that is the coordinates will be ct2 comma c upon t2 will also lies on this equation. Put the value of x and y in place of these two values. So x replaced by ct2 and y replaced by c upon t2. Remaining values as it is. C you can take common and transfer other side, it becomes 0. So now t2 t1 cube minus t1 upon t2 minus t1 raised to power 4 plus 1 equal to 0. So I am taking from here and here t1 cube common. If you take t1 cube common, you will get t2 minus t1. Here these two terms I am writing as it is, t1 upon t2 plus 1 equal to 0. If you take LCM here, how much you will get? t2 minus t1. If you take LCM, it becomes t2 minus t1 upon t2. Further take LCM, so t1 cube into t2 plus 1, I have taken also common, t2 minus t1 and upon t2. You know children, t2 will not be equal to t1 because these two points are different points, and t2 we will multiply this side, becomes 0. So this value should be 0. So we will get from here t1 cube into t2 plus 1 equal to 0. So what is the relation between t1 and t2? t1 cube into t2 is minus 1. So that is the result between t1 and t2. So you can identify which option is a match with this. So T1 cube into T2 is -1. So B option is the correct option. So this is your correct answer. Children, in this example, a triangle has its vertices on a rectangular hyperbola xy is equal to c square. The orthocenter of the triangle lies on which curve? So we have to mainly find out here locus of the orthocenter of the triangle ABC, whose vertices lie on the rectangular hyperbola xy is equal to c square. If we draw a rough diagram, you can see the shape of rectangular hyperbola xy is equal to c square will be this type. It lies in the first and third quadrant. So we have taken the triangle here ABC, whose vertices lies on the rectangular hyperbola. Let us suppose coordinates of point A in parametric form T1. So we can say CT1 and C upon T1. Coordinates of B T2, that is CT2 and C upon T2. Coordinate of C T3, that is CT3 and C upon T3. These are the coordinates of the point ABC. Now children, to find the orthocenter, first of all I am finding the slope of the side BC. How will you get the slope of the side BC? So you have to use the 2 points are given, y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. So C upon T2 minus C upon T3 divided by C T2 minus C T3. Simplify, you will get minus 1 upon T2 T3. This is the slope of BC. Then if you draw the perpendicular from A on BC, say AD, then slope of AD will be, if two lines are perpendicular, then what is the relationship between their slopes? So slope of BC is known, slope of AD will be perpendicular to this, that will be T2 T3. Now you got the slope of the altitude AD. So what is the equation of AD? So you got the one equation of altitude. So AD passing through this point CT1 and C upon T1, slope is T2 T3. So use point slope form. So you will get the equation of altitude AD CT1. Simplify this, multiply the whole equation by T1. So y T1 minus C is equal to T1 T2 T3 times x minus C T1 square T2 T3. You can say y T1 is equal to x times T1 T2 T3 plus C will take common 1 minus T1 square T2 T3. Say equation number 1. Similarly, you can find the another altitude. So first of all, find the slope of AC. Slope of AC, T1 and T3 coordinates we are using. You will get directly 1 upon T1 T3 multiplied by minus 1. This is the slope of AC. Then perpendicular to the AC, you will get say BE. So what is the slope of BE? This is perpendicular to AC. So you will get slope of BE is T1 T3. Now equation of altitude BE. Again use point slope form. So y minus coordinates of the B point C upon T2. Slope of this BE, say T1 T3, x minus C T2. Simplify, multiply the whole equation by T2. So T2y minus C is equal to T1 T2 T3 x minus C T1 T2 square T3. Or you can say T2y is equal to T1 T2 T3 times x plus C you can take common 1 minus T1 T2 square T3. That is the second equation. Now you got the equation of AD and BE. And you know the intersection point of two altitudes is the orthocenter. So when you solve the equation 1 and 2, you will get the coordinates of orthocenter. So when you solve it, you will get the value of x and y. Children, you can see, if you directly subtract it, x term will be cancelled, you will get the value of y coordinates. So y coordinate I am writing directly here, minus c t1, t2, t3, and x you will get minus c upon t1, t2, t3 when you put the value of y in any one equation, either 1 or 2. So intersection point coordinates of orthocenter you got. Now locus of orthocenter, you have to find out the relationship between x and y. First of all, if you multiply these two, how much you are getting? Multiply x and y. So x into y, t1, t2, t3 will be cancelled, minus into minus become plus c square. This is the locus of the orthocenter. Now children, you can see, you are getting the same curve which one given in this question. It means orthocenter lies on the same hyperbola. So answer will be the same equation of curve xy is equal to c square, that is c. So children, you can remember this as a standard property. If any rectangular hyperbola is given, then the triangle whose vertices lies on this rectangular hyperbola, its orthocenter also lies on the same rectangular hyperbola. In this example, if Pn is a perpendicular from a point on a rectangular hyperbola xy is equal to c square to its asymptotes, then locus of the midpoint of Pn is. Draw a diagram so you can know where is the P, where is the N, and where is the Q. P is any point on the rectangular hyperbola. I am taking its coordinates x1, y1. We have drawn the perpendicular on the asymptotes Pn, and midpoint of Pn is Q. So you can see children here, coordinate of x remains same of all these three. So coordinate of x is here, coordinate of x. Say coordinate of y, I am taking coordinates of q will be h comma k. So now h coordinate remains same, x1. And what is the k coordinate? K coordinates will be midpoint of n and p. So k you can find y1 plus 0 upon 2. So that is y1 upon 2. Now children, x1, y1. This is the point on the rectangular hyperbola. So it will satisfy the equation of rectangular hyperbola, that is xy is equal to c square. It becomes x1, y1 is equal to c square. Now what is the value of x1 and y1 in terms of h and k? x1 is h. In place of x1 put h. y1 here 2k. So in place of y1 put 2k is equal to c square. So h into k is equal to c square upon 2. We have to find out the locus of h and k. How will you get the locus of any point? You know this very well. So locus of this point h comma k is after replacing h by x and k by y. That is the locus of h and k. That is again you will get rectangular hyperbola xy is equal to c square upon 2. Children, now you can say which option is your correct option. So you can see first option is the correct one. Children, we have done today in this lecture rectangular hyperbola. You know the properties of the rectangular hyperbola. Now you have to do practice from your modules.